Hello, New York Giant fans. You're watching Sports Birdie, the network dedicated to bringing you the latest and greatest in sports tweets. My name is Paul, and I'm wearing my special New York Giants t-shirt today because this episode is all about the tweets that happened this offseason from your New York Giant players. So let's kick it off with offensive guard Mitch Petrus, who tweets out, "Shout out to my metalhead bro Jose and the crew at Liquid Metal Sirius. I had such a great time." And then we see a picture of him here. And check this out. We got the DJ on the left, right? And the pro football player on the right. And the DJ looks kind of small but gnarly. And Petrus, I don't know, he looks like he could be going to work at Kinko's or something. This has got to be the most tame metalhead I've ever seen. But we know he's a rough and tumble guy in the field, so we'll give him a break on this one. Moving on, we've got another guy at the opposite end of the spectrum. We've got Mark Herzlick, who says, "Backyard listening to Hunger Games audiobook with Scout and Champ." And then he shows a picture here. And wow, isn't this just Mr. All-American guy here? He's listening to an audiobook, hanging out with his dogs, probably having a picnic in his backyard. So a little bit of the opposite end from the metalhead, I would say. All right, moving on. Brian Witherspoon says, "I have quite a bit of free time on my hands. I think I'm going to start doing a little more reading." So we moved from metal to the guy who listens to books on tape, to the guy who's going to start reading, apparently. All right, moving on. Corey Webster. Got some food tweets from him here. He says, "Great brunch after a mass." And he was in Louisiana, and he tweets out his first dinner picture here, which is some oysters Rockefeller, I guess he has. And then he follows it up with a breakfast tweet, says breakfast is served. And he's got the classic French beignets. So got some, I guess, high cuisine going on there, does Mr. Webster. Moving on, Michael Coe, the defensive back, says, "Now watching the program, best football movie ever." And I had to look this up, but this thing came out in 1993. Coe was like only 10 years old. So I'm wondering, like, how do you even still get this movie? I mean, where do you find this? Like in the bargain bin in Walmart? But hey, this is an inspirational movie. I agree nonetheless. Back to offensive guard Mitch Petrus says, "Thanks to the special education class at Ramey Junior High in Fayetteville, Arkansas for asking me to come hang out yesterday." And a cool picture here with him in the front of the class talking to all the students. So good to see him doing charity work. Good stuff there. Moving on, David Deal says, "People ask me how I've been successful, and people say that I'm, quote, old and, quote, I'm done. Empty room, and I'm still here working." And he shows a picture here of a completely vacant weight room. Apparently, he's still pumping iron, wanting to get another Super Bowl championship if he can. Now, I like this one from Deal. He says, ChicagoBears.com, or "Chicago Bears had me as a child, but Giants chose me as a man. 5th round gem, throwback Thursday." So he's got an old school picture here, real old school, going back to his childhood. You can see he's all decked out in his Chicago Bear costume there. He's got his stuffed bear next to him with of course, a Bear jersey on. And then to round it out, we've got a miscellaneous frog in the picture. Don't know what that's about, but I guess we have to be thankful that the Giants got this guy instead of the Bears, right? Moving on, Victor Cruz says, "Patterson Parade." And for those of you who know, Victor grew up in Patterson, New Jersey, and they actually threw him a parade on April 15th. Big event, really great turnout. And here's what Victor tweets afterwards. Says, "I want to thank everyone who came out to the parade. Most humbling experience of my life. Thank you." So you got to like it when guys go back to the hometown and represent. You know, hey, a lot of people go Hollywood. Victor is still staying true to his roots. Defensive end Jason Pierre-Paul, kind of an inspirational tweet here, says, "Rest in peace, Grandpa. I will miss you and everything you did for me. Just know I will make you proud this year. Love you." And he follows it up with a kind of a humorous tweet. Says, "I hate walking Dexter in the rain. I get wet, and he takes his time like I'm not getting wet either. Laughing my butt off." And hey, at least we didn't get any tweets about doggy doo-doo, right? And then moving on, he says, "Look what God blessed me with, a huge crib." And he shows a picture here with his house and his car, and he's all decked out, living the life of luxury. Must be nice, right? All right, Justin Tuck sends a shout out to none other than his wife. Says, "Shout out to the lovely Mrs. Tuck for putting up with me for 4 wonderful years. Happy anniversary, babe." And he's got another one here. He says, "I think I'm in the donating mood. 98 pairs a day and more to come." Something in 98 pairs of what? Well, you know what it is. 98 pairs of shoes. I mean, this guy, look at this guy. He's got every color, every style. And I was thinking, if you got 98 shoes to give away, 98 pairs of shoes to give away, how many are still in your closet? Like, what do you wear? Like one pair of shoes once a year, and then you wait to wear them again like a year later? Man, that guy is Mr. Sneakerhead, I guess, huh? Another one says, I am thinking about surprising my dad for his birthday. What American muscle car should I get him? Now, that puts all the rest of us to shame when we get our dads for their birthday, right? I think Sports Birdie will have to make it real big before I get my dad a muscle car. And the last one here from Justin Tuck says, no words indeed. And it's a picture of him and former President Bill Clinton. Thought this was pretty awesome, memento for him. Apparently he was speaking at an event that Clinton was at. And so what a great memory there. Moving on, Prince Amukamara says, great present for the room. Gotta love the fans. And check this out. Someone sent him one of those like engraved plates that you can mount to your bed that says the Prince sleeps here. And so it got me to thinking, I wonder what else these guys get from fans. Must be some pretty good swag coming in. Now his next one from Prince says, just got off the plane and I ran into a legend. And check this out. He is with none other than Gene Simmons from Kiss. So, and if you're under like I guess 25, you probably don't know who this is, but big rock star from the 70s and 80s. But check out your boy here. He's still got his pillow around his neck. Now, come on. If you're going to get a picture with a rock star, you got to look a little bit more, put together than that. Don't look like a tourist, right? So, good picture nonetheless. Just cracks me up. All right, defensive back Tyler Sash says running drills at NFL Play 60 today. And he shows the picture of the kids here. And doesn't this kind of remind you, if you play football, like high school or grade school, doing up downs? Can you imagine like getting with one of these pro football players and just have them run you ragged? Can totally see that. Travis Beckham, coming back from a big injury this year, tweets out 3 best friends that anyone could have. And if you look at this, we have Jake Ballard, Bear Pasco, and himself in the picture, all hanging out there. Looks like in a van or something. And we've got another one here then from Jake, who says, just saw the doc now. I'm headed home to load up the truck and head home. And he tweets out a follow-up, which says, I didn't have any surgery. I had both surgeries in February. People can keep counting me out this year, but I haven't. So some good attitude there, looking to get back on the field and kick butt and take names, right? Victor Cruz did another event this offseason, and it was for a charity event. And here, I guess he is tweeted out a picture of showing the people how to salsa dance here. So carrying the salsa everywhere he goes. Jarrell Jernigan says, woke up my little man today, ready for daycare. And I thought this was cute. Look at this little guy. He is totally filling out that car seat. Now, this could be a pro football player's son because, this kid looks like he's about ready to bust out of the seat, right? They're going to have to get him some bigger car chairs pretty soon. All right, quarterback David Carr says blessed, and he shows a picture here with him and the fam. And look at this. This guy's got some serious style. First of all, his kids are all coordinated out. They've got the same color shorts on, the same style plaid shirts. But then now check out your boy Carr, right? Now, he's got the tight kind of white collar shirt, the slick back, Wall Street hair. But then check out the shoes. The shoes actually have blue patent leather on the top of them to match his shirt. So you got to admire this guy's style, Mr. GQ, huh? And then he's got another shot here. It says 9-month-old baby sister life. And he shows his daughter here. And look at her chilling on the couch, just relaxing there. So got to be good in the car also when you can just kick back there, right? Another one from David Carr says, after a long day at work, I decided to drop some bombs in the Hudson. Shows himself golfing here. And looking to put some of those out of range, I guess. And moving on to the last tweet, the feel-good tweet we have here. Here we go from Spencer Paysinger, the linebacker known as Spitty P on Twitter. Says, had the privilege to play with a great group of special needs kids today. Their smiles will brighten up the darkest room. So, again, another player doing charity work. Great to see. And that wraps it up for this episode of Sports Birdie New York Giant Edition. Now, wanted to say a quick message at the end here. This was a pilot program. We hope to fund this show in 2012 and get an entire season done. We'd like your help in making that happen. So if you'd be willing to help sponsor, help fund the show, contributions start out as little as $5, and we have all kinds of cool perks that go all the way up to getting your name on the show, having us announce about you. And take a look at it. Go to Indiegogo.com/New York-Giants And of course, if you can't type that quickly, you can look at the bottom of the screen here on the YouTube. We have the link, the hyperlink below there, as well as on this webpage. So thank you for tuning in, and we hope you'll consider contributing to this show so we can do a whole NFL season dedicated to the New York Giants. Go Giants, go Sports Birdie.